Hello, everyone. What are the cardinal virtues and where do they come from? In the previous video, I talked about the theological virtues. So, what are the cardinal virtues? Well, the four cardinal virtues are prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. They're called cardinal because the word comes from the Latin cardo, C-A-R-D-O, which means hinge. Just like a door swings on its hinges, well, the moral life turns on these four foundational virtues. Unlike the theological virtues of faith, hope, and charity, the cardinal virtues can be recognized by human reason and developed through practice, although Catholics believe they are strengthened and perfected by God's grace. Let's go over the four cardinal virtues. The first is prudence, which is wisdom in action. Prudence is the virtue that helps us discern the right course of action and choose the good in every situation. It is not being timid or overly cautious. Rather, prudence is right judgment, knowing what should be done and when. An example is when Solomon asked God for wisdom to govern his people. The second cardinal virtue is justice. Justice is the virtue of giving God and others what is rightfully due to them. Justice governs our relationships by promoting honesty, fairness, and respect for the dignity of every person. Examples could be telling the truth, worshiping God since He is due our love and adoration, and giving workers a fair wage. The third is fortitude or courage. Fortitude is the virtue that gives us strength to endure difficulties and persevere in doing what is right, even when it's difficult or dangerous. It helps us face fear, suffering, and persecution without giving up. An example would be when the apostles boldly preached the gospel despite imprisonment and threats. Lastly, we have temperance. Temperance is the virtue that moderates our desires and helps us use created things in a balanced and self-controlled way. It doesn't mean avoiding pleasure. It means enjoying God's gifts without allowing them to control us. Examples would be moderation in eating and drinking, self-control in speech and emotions, and proper use of time, money, and technology. The cardinal virtues have both philosophical and biblical roots. In the Bible, the Old Testament praises these virtues in the Book of Wisdom, chapter 8. And I quote, "She teaches temperance and prudence, justice and courage, and nothing in life is more useful for mortals than these." End quote. The New Testament also reflects these virtues throughout its teachings, although it does not present them as a formal list. The church adopted and deepened these classical virtues, teaching that they are part of the natural moral law written on every human heart. Through God's grace, especially in the sacraments, they're elevated and strengthened to help us live as disciples of Christ. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, it's number 1805, calls them the hinge virtues because all the other moral virtues are grouped around them. Together with the three theological virtues of faith, hope, and charity, these four cardinal virtues form the seven principal virtues that guide Christians toward a holy and virtuous life. And now you know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. God bless you.